Le'Veon Bell, even in via free agency next offseason, he's proven one thing. While, yes, he can be a hell of a player, he's a locker room issue and injury prone. Not worth a trade and definitely not worth the contract he wants. Agree or disagree?
Wow. Took us an hour to get into it. I kind of agree with a lot of what John just said. Joey, the Colts released Christine Michael yesterday, and I put in the tweet, this is good news for Marlon Mack coming back. And I kid you not, I've never had at mentions blow up saying, does this mean Le'Veon Bell's coming to the Colts? It was unbelievable. So I said, enough is enough. I'm going to write an article. It will post later today. By the time you're listening to this podcast, it will be up on 1070thefan.com about pros and cons of trading for Le'Veon Bell. What I think about that is he is an incredible, incredible talent. One of the rare players, honestly, in the NFL for what he can do out of the backfield, for what he can do as being kind of a bell cow back, but still being a great wideout. And that's, I think, some of the disconnect he has right now with Pittsburgh. It's he thinks he should be getting paid, and you know this full well, wideout type money, which, again, that's neither here nor there to debate. What the Colts have got to decide is this. Are you willing to pay a running back that sort of money? You have the resources, and that's why the Colts are being a rumored team, and Le'Veon Bell's crazy, borderline stalkerish Colts social media, like Eric Ebron, Andrew Luck, he's like an ex-girlfriend looking at all the social media posts.
Odd. Yeah, he hasn't done that for any other team,
yeah.
I think.
Now, let's start with this. Why the hell would Pittsburgh trade him to an AFC team?
True.
You know, Oakland wanted no part of Khalil Mack still in the AFC. Can you imagine if John Gruden had to see Khalil Mack? It's bad enough he's got to see him, get asked questions every week about it. So pros obviously are this. Unbelievable talent, the most versatile offensive weapon at the running back position in today's NFL, and you would cure the running back issues that you've had here in 2018. And how about triplets? Luck, Bell, Hilton. Hello. Those are pros.
Kind of gets the Jim Irsay, what he was talking about with the Manning, James, Harrison.
Right. And it kind of goes back to the Saquon Barkley debate that we had, and that's the debate that I think you know where I'm probably going with this. Bell, since entering the league, I think it was 2013, right?
Second-round pick, 2013.
Yeah. No one has touched the ball more per game. No one has more yards per scrimmage or from scrimmage. You love that, but that's a lot of tread on those tires. He's going to be 27 in February. He's had suspensions on 2 separate occasions. He missed the drug test, and then was it a DUI with LeGarrette Blount?
Yeah.
That was back, I think, in 2015. So you have the off-the-field issues. And what type of message does that send the locker room? I know to some people, like, they might be like, who the hell cares? To Chris Ballard, he cares. That's what we have to keep on coming back to. Like, this is a two-way street here that, A, Pittsburgh has to be willing to send him to an AFC team. B, Chris Ballard has to be willing to do it. Are you willing to hand out a $15 million contract to a running back that has all these risks, quote unquote? And you're losing draft capital. Let's remember, Ballard has made it abundantly clear, I am all in on the draft. It would take, I think, at least a second-round pick, probably a little bit more, to get Bell. Certainly not the haul that Khalil Mack and Oakland got. But, I mean, it would take a substantial amount. So my thinking is kind of this. Draft a running back in the second or third round next year. Is he going to be Le'Veon Bell? Of course not. But now you have, Bryce Love, insert college running back here, second or third round pick. Now you have Marlon Mack. Now you have Jordan Wilkins. Now you have Nyheim Hines. You have 4 running backs.
Now all of a sudden you're the 2017 Eagles.
Right. Now you have 4 running backs that Frank Reich certainly loves that approach. They're all draft picks of Ballard. They're all on rookie contracts that, A, you aren't paying them Bell's money, and B, they have nowhere near the tread. What happens if Bell goes and tears his ACL his second game with the Colts? I guess, let's say he tears his ACL the first game of 2019 after he signed the long-term deal. At that point, Bell's coming back from a torn ACL at the age of 28, 29. You have no idea what he's going to look like. Not every NFL running back does what Adrian Peterson and Frank Gore are doing. Where's Jamal Charles? That guy's hit a wall. Yep. How about the wall Larry Johnson hit? Mm-hmm. So I just think the long-term guarantee, there's no long-term guarantee with Bell either. Maybe he is kind of a Midwest guy. He's an Ohio native, went to Michigan State. Maybe he does want to come back here, but if you're going to trade for him, you have to give him the sort of contract. And you can't agree to that contract officially until after the season because he's on this franchise tag right now. So October 29th is the trade deadline. I am not questioning Le'Veon Bell's talent at all. But, Joey, he's 4.3 yards per carry behind an offensive line that is vastly better than what the Colts have. And Bell's running style is patience.
Yep.
The Colts run game, there ain't no time for patience. It's find a hole, try and get 4 yards, and move on. Now, you would use Bell, obviously, in other ways and get him, lined up outside and all of that. But I just don't think his patient running style is great for this offensive line that is still a couple pieces away. I think you keep that money, you keep the draft capital, and you go out and you find a running back, and you find a couple tackles, and you find a wideout, and you find a defensive tackle, and on and on, DN, linebacker, corner, all that.
Plain and simple, from what we've learned from Chris Ballard, what he's proven, Le'Veon Bell may get traded, but it's not going to be to the Colts.
Right?
I mean, it's just...
That's what I keep on coming back to.
It's not.
Would Ballard, whose prudent spending has dominated the storyline of his tenure so far, would he hand out a historic NFL contract to a running back with red flags and some mileage?
No.
This doesn't add up in my eyes.
No. It's just not going to happen. Sorry, folks.
And, of course, you have the debate, Joey, of, do Super Bowl teams need bona fide stars at running back?
Right.
And that goes back to the Saquon Barkley debate that Joey and I tired you out with back in, February and March. No, they don't. What, Marshawn Lynch? Who are the, star running backs?
Got a tweet, Marshall Falk.
And that's 20-some years ago. They didn't even win the Super Bowl.
99 they did.
Yeah.
Sure on turf.
It's just so long.